Hi, I'm Rosemary Hale. I'm a violin teacher with the Hamilton District School Board Strings Program. I'm going to show you about the care of your violin. So usually when you're holding your violin, you're walking around at school with it, you hold it with the long side in the front. Otherwise, if you have it backwards, you can see how you might bang it into things. So you want to keep the long side in the front. Now for taking the violin out of the case, you place it on a table, somewhere flat, not on the floor. Otherwise, you may have somebody step on it, and they're very expensive instruments, so you don't want somebody to break it. I'll just turn it this way so you can see. You want to unbuckle it and pull it open. Okay. Now when you're pulling your violin out of the case, you take your left hand and you scoop it by the neck. And usually this is the safest place to hold the violin, is by the neck. You don't want to hold it by the bridge or underneath here. I'm going to show you how to pull down on a shoulder rest. So we'll pull out the arms here. This is to help you hold the violin. So my trick is, this is the divot for the shoulder. So you want to put this on the same side as the chin rest. And you just slide the arms on like this. Like that. And there you go. You're ready to go. As for the bow, you have to be very careful with the bow, because if you tighten it too much, bow hairs can start to pop off. And if you're tightening it tight constantly, then you can also warp your bow. So you want to take good care of the bow. One important thing is not to put your fingers on the bow. You have natural oils on your fingers, so you want to keep the horsehair nice and white. The only thing that should go on the bow is your rosin. So I'll show you how to prepare the bow. You hold it by the frog with your left hand. And I usually tell the kids the first time to go with the pinky rule, where is you don't want to tighten it more than being able to fit your pinky in the middle. And just to be safe, every time you put it away, just unscrew it 5 times so you don't forget. And then when you're taking it back out, you screw it 5 times to the right. Okay, so next is the rosin. So rosin is made out of tree sap. And you wipe this on the bow, and this helps the bow to stick to the strings. If you have no rosin on your bow, it won't work. So you do this 4 or 5 times. You just scrub like you're scrubbing the dishes at home. The frog in the middle, the tip. And you move it around a little. And you can do this about every other time. So you put your rosin away. I always tell students, put your rosin away right away. That way, maybe if there's a little one at home, a little brother or sister, they don't end up playing with it and breaking it or even eating it, because it's not edible, even though it's made out of tree sap. Here we go. All right. Another important thing about taking care of your violin, after you play, you can see I have some rosin left over from my bow. And so I usually have like a little cleaning cloth. You just want to dry one with no water or anything on it. You just want to wipe it down like this after you play each time. Okay. So, and then that brings us to temperature. Wood can crack very easily in the winter time. So in the winter, you never want to leave your violin in the car, like in the hot or cold, because either way it can crack, or too close to a radiator at home. So I always tell my students, I'm like, even if you're shopping after school, you want to take your violin in with you. It goes everywhere you go. Even when I'm out to restaurants, my violin's sitting right beside me all the time. And then that way too, if someone sees a violin in a car, they know it's expensive. You don't want somebody to steal it from you either. I remind students that they should be the only ones touching their violin, because maybe a brother, sister, or friend, they don't know how to handle it. So this is your instrument for the year that you're in the program, or 2 years or 4 years. So please take good care of your violin. Thank you.